Ladies and gentlemen, after the fantastic season finale of The Boys, I had to take time to check out this video from new Rockstar.
Sorry for the misunderstanding, Unc. Here's the original clip I should have shown.
You just now got the link. But what the hell? It says that nigga Blue V get no bitches on God. Laugh here. There's no way I could do, like, I can't cue the laugh, bro. Wait. I was reading something. I did not say that about you. I was literally reading something. I did not say that about you. It says that nigga Blue V get no bitches. See, look, it says that was not me. It says that nigga Blue V get no bitches on God. Laugh here. There's no way I could do, like, I can't cue the laugh, bro. Something has to happen. Why would you want that? Why would you want that as an intro? Oh, wait, you wanted me to say that as the intro. That nigga Blue V get no bitches. Now this is over. Oh God. Imagine that's the introduction to, you just get something recommended.
It's Blue V and it just sounds so, I don't know, I love it.
That nigga Blue V get no bitches. Oh God. Wait, yo, the
Ty, this nigga is dead ass, you interrupting a conversation.
The X donation sound after that is kind of hard though. That nigga Blue V get no bitches. Oh God. I got
diamonds cut in my wrist. Same color, it cut in the brick. I fight on these bitch and these bitch. I had to go up in my list. No, I don't take no pics. No, I can't stay for a leak.
Uzi, drop, bruh. Drop, man. Drop, please, bro. Drop, please, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll get into it. Let's get into it now. Wait, hold on. Sorry. I gotta just check this out real quick, and then I'm gonna have to start this recording over again. I'm already knowing. What is this? This happening live got to be so embarrassing.
You just something that's too long, then maybe the problem is you. There's something wrong with that box. If that's not, you ain't making me tap out.
Last dono for the night, but Ty, this nigga is dead ass, you interrupting a serious conversation.
It's not true, Maul.
I'm just saying. You said there's something wrong with him if
something wrong with the pussy.
From Lifestyle. Remember, Thug?
I got it, bro. I got it. I understood the reference.
You just something that's too long.
Something wrong with that.
And maybe the problem is you.
There's something wrong with that box.
That's not.
You ain't making me tap out.
That's not true, Maul.
I'm just saying. You said there's something wrong with him if
something wrong with the pussy.
From Lifestyle. Remember, Thug?
No, that was perfect, bro. That was perfect. Okay. Actually gonna lock in now. Just put a timestamp, YouTube. Okay, there's gonna be a guy that timestamps it. I'll pin his comment. Hello, guys.
Rockstars, I'm Jessica Clemens.
Hello,
this is
Jessica.
Breakdown of the Boys season 4 finale. We made it to the end, and let me tell you something. I've been talking about Cindy showing up for so long, knowing she was gonna come back, and they throw my girl in at the very end of the episode, which I'm still right, but I hated it. I was so mad. I want her here for the entire time. There's so much to go over, so let's break it down and answer who knows Victoria Newman is the head popper from the congressional hearing back in season 2, is Butcher our new Venom, and what's Soldier Boy's plan? But first, be sure to check out nerdride.shop where you can pick up the new Rockstars merch inspired by some of your favorite fandoms, yours and mine. Right now, we're getting ready for the biggest movie of the summer.
I can't wait. Got my tickets tomorrow.
Our newest item, the Choose Your Fighter shirt. Support all 3 channels in the new Rockstars network by picking up some of this merch. It directly helps us. But also, this shirt is really cool. We open with VNN today. This is Haley.
Buffalo Wild Wings wrap with fries, like with buffalo ranch or buffalo seasoning.
Miller, she hosts the show One-on-One with Haley Miller, which we saw in Gen V. She also did the interview following the split between The Deep and Cassandra. As you can see, the news covers the events of January 6th, which is the day Robert Singer and Victoria Newman attempted to win over the White House. She also speaks on training A-Train.
This was hilarious. The scene of them shooting this movie.
Probably because A-Train is now gone with the wind. Adam Bork tweets using the hashtag
At least he's not dead yet.
Release the Bork cut again in regards to the Dawn of the Seven movie. It's clearly a reference to the online campaign for DC to release the Snyder cut of the Justice League. And the icing on the cake, back in 2022, Zack Snyder even congratulated Adam Bork on Twitter for having his version of Dawn of the Seven finally released.
That's fire.
The Vought Studios logo really has that Marvel Studios look. I also love that their logo is on the New York City.
I didn't even notice that.
A rooftop water tank, a spoof of the famous studio water towers, like the iconic Warner Brothers water tower where the Animaniacs still live to.
Yo, it's so crazy because it's like, if you compare this to rap, it's like when you look at lyrics and you see the rhyme scheme afterwards. It's like, oh my God, I didn't even realize. That shit's cool, bro.
This day. Then we cut to VNN and an interview quick with Ashley where she talks about canceling the completely finished A-Train movie.
We just realized we'd make more from the write-off.
Ashley has to be my favorite character, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know like what, like I can't even categorize. Every time she's on screen, she just makes me laugh.
We just realized we'd make more from the write-off.
This is a knock on Warner Brothers for canceling movies like Bad Girl and Coyote vs. Acme for tax purposes. Just
wait, what? Coyote?
On Warner Brothers for canceling movies like Bad Girl and Coyote vs. Acme.
Wait, what is this? Chat, y'all remember the movies with Brendan Fraser and like Donald or Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny? Or I think it was. Bro, I don't know why, but I just love movies like that with like real people and then a cartoon back in action. Oh my God, the fact that you remember. I'm gonna watch it. Yo, Back in Action. I gotta watch that movie again. Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is another good one.
Me for tax purposes, despite the movies being nearly or completely finished, and we will never forgive you, Zaslav. And I like that we're actually comparing Homelander to Zaslav, two demons. I also like that the Chiron says that Vought is VNN's most trusted company 2018. So even though VNN is owned by Vought, Vought has only won VNN's most trusted company award once in 2018. It's a very Vought thing to do, but I don't like it. Then we get the PSA, the All Lives Matter PSA, and this is mimicking
bro, I like this dude too. I just can't take him serious. He just tries so hard to be that guy, and he's just not.
The I Take Responsibility campaign that was done in partnership with the NAACP. This happened in June. Take Responsibility campaign that was done in
this took me so off guard.
Partnership with the NAACP. This happened in June of 2020 in response to Black Lives Matter movement and featured a ton of celebrities. It was like Sarah Paulson, Aaron Paul, I think Stanley Tucci was in there, Julianne Moore, Kristen Bell, Kesha. It was a disaster.
That was so. I was like, what is this? What is happening in life right now?
And I like that instead of Soup Lives Matter, they're now doing hashtag All Lives Matter. And this wasn't as bad as this one. Imagine there's no heaven. But the boys made fun of this one as well, and they did a better job. You can follow the political events via VNN News, which might be biased, or through the C-SPAN networks.
Chat, that's what happens when you try to appease people. You end up doing shit like that. What the hell, bruh? If you don't beat Wonder Woman, bruh.
Road to the White House, which actually covers this stuff. The Electoral College votes are indeed tallied on January 6th. The January 6th, 2021 session got weird, as I mentioned in my last breakdown, not just because people stormed the Capitol, but Mitch McConnell was the Republican Senate Majority Leader.
Oh my God, damn. Gravity is really pulling at this nigga right now.
On January 6, 2021, and he did say we will have an orderly transfer of power. So that's who Calhoun is spoofing right here. And as we know, things in fact were not orderly. Now that they're out of the HQ because of the Deep and Black Nora's last episode, they're now forced to work out of the abandoned Vought Fresh Farms warehouse. They're working on the virus and French.
Okay, I'm gonna say, it's gonna get to that part. Okay, chat. I'm just gonna say it, bro. I don't understand the purpose of Frenchie getting like dick down and then just later ending up with who he should have been with the whole time. Like, it was just like, I don't get that whole thing. Like, I understand it was him coming to realization and accepting what he did and shit like that. But it's just so random because it's like he gets dick and then he's like, you know what? I think I actually like this girl. I was so confused. I wasn't even like really happy when they got together at the end. I was just like, what? Like, what just happened? This is so random.
she's been putting in overtime. Most Milk is still wearing his hip hop shirt. It's Dead Presidents, and I saw them in concert when I was 13, which was very dangerous, and I should have never done, but my mom allowed me. Kamiko cleans up her stuffed bee Christmas gift from Frenchie that got a little blood on it last episode because, as we know, she's still in love with Frenchie. Mother's Milk then texts Huey asking if he's in the FBSA database yet. That's the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs, in hopes that they can ID the shapeshifter.
I seen the diss track.
Feels pointless because the shapeshifter could literally be anyone. Annie steps out in this gross blue dress. I really think it's ugly. I do not like it. We think this could be one of her pageant dresses. Somehow, maybe she could still fit it. During the premiere of Dawn of the Seven, she's wearing her Starlight outfit, so I don't think we've ever seen this dress or seen her even like wear a dress like this. Huey asks if now is really the time with the whole country barreling towards 1984. And as some of you may know, 1984 is George Orwell's dystopian novel. This scene is shot using a shaky cam or handheld camera
to make it seem unsettling, so you get the unsettlingness.
So it's kind of disorienting, indicating how out of
the Frenchie thing was weird. I think they did it for Pride Month or something.
It's just like, I don't know. It just really confused me because it's like, okay, if Frenchie gonna get dick, then like, okay, let him do that then. But then it's like, okay, no, he actually wants to go back to her now. It's just whatever. I get it. Okay, maybe the nigga's bi, but it was still random, bro.
Whack everything is, and maybe this is the start of Huey figuring out something is wonky and something's going on with Annie. When the shifter is watching the news, the music fades out from bliss to oh no, then it comes back to bliss when Huey returns.
Yo, I realized that. I was like, oh shit, that shit was cool, bro.
News, the music fades out from bliss to oh no, then it comes back to bliss when Huey returns. Here it is here.
Yo, that was fire.
The shifter accesses one of Annie's memories to propose to
this shit was so disgusting. I'm talking about when she pulls the ring off and her fucking finger comes off and shit.
Huey, something we later learn the shifter enjoys doing to see the person's reaction. Huey has the ring his mother gave him back in episode 5, and in the comics, Huey and Starlight do eventually get married and they move to Scotland together, but that was after a whole lot of bad crap.
Dude, spoiler!
Down. Whether we see that, we don't know, as there's only one season left, but there's potential for it to end with them in the final season getting married and just going off into the sunset. It's also common for some high-functioning sociopaths like Shapeshifter to actually learn to become more charming and magnetic by studying human behavior. And it's been said that they enjoy studying human emotions and behavior. The shifter says later that they're sociopaths, so maybe this proposal is all part of just studying that behavior. Huey's wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt. It's specifically commemorating Led Zeppelin's concert at Madison Square Garden on February 7th, 1975, an iconic performance by the band and one of their best recorded live shows. After banging, fake Annie's ring finger starts
okay, cool,
peeling away, and we later learn it's because the shapeshifter can only last so long in their body of choice. They must refresh. Huey notices how fast Annie grabs her keys. He'll use this and other clues to figure out later that she is in fact the shapeshifter. Last we saw Butcher, he had passed out at the bar, but now he's in the hospital.
Oi.
And Kessler is back.
Wait, I pulled my oi. Yeah.
We're in a hell of a ride for, aren't we?
To bugging him. Hilariously, the nurse gives Butcher his low blood pressure reading and then immediately quickly gets the out of there because he doesn't want to deal with this grumpy, foul-mouthed British dude getting snarky with him all the time. He mentions Singer being as good as dead and Homelander basically winning, and the Soup's plan is to kill Singer and the boys' plan is to take out Victoria, so right now nothing is going according.
Victoria!
Hey Dontai.
Yes?
I have a quick question.
What?
Do you remember Firecracker from The Boys?
Yeah.
You have seen her in a game. Fun fact, she was the voice actor and the face of Kara from Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, chat,
this one.
Chat told me that a while ago, and I was like, I didn't.
Fuck you trying to do? Get us canceled. Hey yo, fuck blind people. What? And deaf people suck. Stop. So the cripples, dumb quadriplegic fucks with Christopher Reeves' luck. Shady Jesus, what the fuck? Oh, here comes Marshall to try to clean this up. Shut up!
I hate, bro. She is so annoying, bro. She's so fucking annoying.
What are you trying to do? Get us canceled. Hey yo, fuck blind people. What? And deaf people suck. Stop. So do cripples, dumb quadriplegic fucks with.
Oh my gosh, she's so annoying, bro. Yo, when we get to the cringe reels, or not, I'm not even gonna say cringe reels. When we check out the reels, please send that to me again so I could get that in the video.
Anybody. Kessler calls Butcher's affliction super cancer.
I love the way he just acts, like his whole persona, bro. Like, I don't
snarky
know,
with him all the
He's
time.
so good.
He mentioned Singer being as good as dead and Homelander basically winning, and the Soup's plan is to kill Singer and the
I want to see him in more shit, bro.
Hello, ImDOntai, stupid question, but if Danielle was replaced by that same shapeshifter, will you know?
Yes, bro, what's crazy is I was thinking about that. I was like, he figured out because she got her keys early and she don't ever be getting her keys like that. I would know if like Danielle left the house and didn't like call me 5 minutes later. Because anytime Danielle leaves, anytime she leaves, she immediately like calls me again, just with some story or something happening in the road, or like she just want to be on the phone. So if it was like something like that, I'd be like, wait, why did she call me? Either like something's wrong, or, you know, she's not who she says she is. Also, if she didn't like, it's just like a lot of stuff.
Boy's plan is to take out Victoria, so right now nothing is going according to anybody. Kessler calls Butcher's affliction super cancer. He says it this way. It's not the way I'm saying it. And he's basically the manifestation of it. Of the episodes.
What do you mean write that down? You're giving the shapeshifter ideas. Yo, that's crazy though, because it's like, what if they just... And the fact that she got mad, like, bro, it's a whole shapeshifter. How was I supposed to know? Like, Danielle has a birthmark that, like, you wouldn't know she had that birthmark there. So it's like, does the shapeshifter get birthmarks too?
The animated show, The Boys Diabolical, there are 3 episodes that the creator, Kripke, has confirmed is canon. One of those episodes titled John and Sun Hee, about a man...
Chat, how would y'all be able to tell? I already know what y'all are going to say. How would y'all be able to tell, though, if I was a shapeshifter trying to stream? Like, what would be my signs? What would be the giveaways? Other than... I'm gonna wait. Okay. Other than, like, pausing the video. Other than pausing a video, okay? Other than pausing the video, the laugh. No yapping. Starting at 6. You start at 6. But sometimes I'm late, though. Oh, my God. No TC glaze. The fact that if someone donated was like, what do you think of TC?
We all know the head shaking Danielle does that cannot be replicated by the shapeshifter. The no wild shaking head is unique to Danielle. Also, the shapeshifter wouldn't stand ImDOntai's prepubescent laugh while holding his chest and falling off the chair.
Giving his sick wife, who's dying from pancreatic cancer, a dose of Compound V to try and save her. The Compound V winds up turning the cancer into a sentient tentacle monster. And doesn't that sound a little familiar? Methinks Kripke knew what he was going to do.
You know how I would realize that everybody in my chat was shapeshifters? If you guys just weren't fucking weird, okay? Like if I got a donation that said, "Yo, Dante, I really like the haircut you." No, what time are we at? What time stamp are we at? Yo, Dante, I really like... Oh, right here.
The shapeshifter of ImDOntai would have a full beard at this age.
Also, if chat was like... If I didn't see any of the channel, if those emotes... What else? If chat actually put... if chat actually put periods at the end of their sentences. I just realized nobody puts... Like, there's no punctuation. People just type. Well, one guy did it. Whoa, wait, he said very comical period. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to ban you. That's the first time I've seen anybody put a period in a chat. I might have to ban you.
Approve this episode. Grace Mallory is back. Unfortunately, it's not for long. As we look into the hallway and Grace opens the door, we can already see this isn't a normal hospital. Look at those exposed cinder block walls, but also they're willing to let Butcher smoke here. So it absolutely...
This shit making me already hold my neck, bro. That shit was so disgusting.
Isn't a normal hospital. Mallory is still mad at Butcher for letting Homelander take Ryan, and we learn later in the episode that Grace really loved Ryan, which I don't think was properly...
Hey, yo! The shapeshifter could never do you. We can tell your mouth breathing, knuckle dragging, pink-lipped, booty twerking giggler anywhere. Now play the video, you yapping ass nigga lol.
I'm not even a mouth breather. What the and second of all, don't everybody breathe out their mouth anyway?
Shown at all throughout the series, which made her death less impactful and felt a little weird to me. Just personally, this is how I feel. It felt like seeing Brienne Tarth cry over Jaime again in Game of Thrones. Like, girl, you're Brienne of Tarth. Like, Mallory, you are Grace Mallory. And Mallory doesn't make huge mistakes, and her thinking she could just lock and seal Ryan in this room with Butcher isn't really a smart idea.
I didn't know like what she thought was gonna happen either.
Homelander's crib, you can see his pube jar is getting pretty full. With Homelander on the verge of seeing his plan of soup dominance come to pass, he's disgusted by his own weaknesses.
I'm sad for Gray's death, but she kind of deserved it for spam dumping all of that on Ryan and trying to trap him.
Yeah, it's like, sis, what do you think was gonna happen?
Keeping the manifestation of his mortality in a secret jar. I touched on this a little bit, but I want to highlight Gina's theory that Sage's threat that there was one person Homelander could never defeat. She meant him himself. He's his own worst enemy, and he'll never defeat that negative voice inside of his own head. I think Gina's onto something here, because I mentioned it might be Homelander and it might just be a metaphorical thing, but I also think it could be Ryan. This is me and Gina going back at it. Homelander, upset with Ryan's mess, goes to pick it up begrudgingly like a real dad. And I also like this entire season, people are drinking and eating Vought-based products, and here's Ryan with a normal Mountain Dew. It looks like Ryan has a lot of schoolwork, and I haven't seen this child go to school once in this entire series. That's when Homelander finds the Christmas gift.
Wait, chat, hold on. I gotta show you something real quick.
Hey, you bitch, don't donate, just flaming this nigga Dontai while using my name, you coward ass hoe.
Chat, look.
Stand on
Wait,
bigness.
no, chat, look. I was like, I gotta show this to chat.
I need y'all to stop telling me I look like Homelander's son from the Boys. I looked up a picture and I really don't see it, but I'm getting a lot of comments and it's stressing me out.
From the Boys?
I need y'all to stop telling me I look like Homelander's son from the Boys. I looked up a picture and I really...
I love black people. You are autistic.
Sorry.
Gift of Butcher, Becca, and Terror. The flash of Homelander's red eyes let us know he's truly snapped. And I never noticed this portrait of President Teddy Roosevelt outside of Homelander's room before. He's got a couple portraits of George Washington in his room as well. Also, Roosevelt became president after President William McKinley was assassinated. So them showing this is very on brand for the episode where someone's trying to assassinate.
Only the real Dontai would click on this link and give an appropriate response to it as well.
That's too dangerous. And I'm like, And he goes,
first things first, I hate when shit is sideways. Why, like, fix it. You know what you're doing, okay? And not everybody is like, I guess if you're on YouTube, you're on. No. A lot of people watch YouTube on their TVs too. It's not just mobile anymore, bro. Get with the program.
So I get another safety guy. That's too dangerous.
You know, he could really do the magic stuff. Like, he actually like practiced that and is actually really good at it. He did it in the first like Mission Impossible. I think he did it in other movies before that. But you know, look at his smile. I can't. Whatever, bro.
The president installed the VP into power. Homelander has torn up his penthouse, and I'm honestly getting irritated by his back and forth attitude. He also demands Ryan like a soldier rather than his son. Homelander even burned up part of the American flag, and contrary to popular belief, it is not illegal to burn the American flag. That act is protected under the First Amendment. The more
wait, really? I'm just now realizing that.
Homelander has torn up his penthouse, and I'm honestly getting irritated by his back and forth attitude. He also demands Ryan like a soldier rather than his son. Homelander even
try it. What the fuck? No, bro, I just was like, always was told that it's illegal to burn the flag. I was like, damn, that's like niggas really okay. I guess.
Up part of the American.
Also, it's like having it on the ground and stuff like that. That's not illegal. I think it's just disrespectful. Like, it should never touch the ground. It's like gang flags.
Flag, and contrary to popular belief, it is not illegal to burn the American flag. That act is protected under the First Amendment. The more you know.
They really did this shit. That's great. That's crazy, bro. Act now. Stop war.
Ryan chooses not to obey Homelander here and won't necessarily obey his other parental figures, Mallory or Butcher, later either. Wherever he does choose to go after this episode, it seems like he might be gearing up to chart his own path. They cut away here, but I guess Ryan just took off as fast as possible and Homelander decided he was too busy to give chase. Then we're with the real Annie and the fake Annie, and we learn via real Annie later it's been like 10 days.
I hate the edits that they're doing on her face, because like the edits are exaggerated, but it's like when I see the real her, it's still like, it's like, god damn, like I can't not see it. But I like how she acted in this scene, bro. She bodied this like the crazy
not only is Annie in a firecracker t-shirt, but I love this angle of Annie having to face herself, and we see the shapeshift.
Damn, look at that posture, bro.
in the same scene. I'm sure they had a double here for Annie to look at, then reshot it. So in the mirror, it's a different take with a fake Annie's face. She's been eating Vought Fresh Farms Lean Lad diet lunches modeled after Lunchables, clearly. Black Noir is also on the cover and it only has 100 calories. It's an excellent source of fun. Also, you can win a season pass to Vought Land. We also learned though, they cause kidney stones the size of Jawbreaker. So I don't know if they're really that great. We learned that their shifter needs to recharge to maintain their form and maybe also their memories. This is similar to Doppelganger who had to strain to maintain a form, like flexing a muscle. The shapeshifter then reads Annie's thoughts.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my god.
One about the shapeshifter possibly killing her mom, to which they say,
"Oh, why the f would I kill your mother? That requires going to Sedona, and no one should have to go to Sedona."
So this shapeshifter has literally been all over the world, just fake pretending to be people and just existing. What's filthy to me here is the shapeshifter is constantly saying it's like a furnace in here, and it's referring to wearing someone else's skin. They said it in the closet in the last episode, and they'll say it again later in the bunker.
I didn't even realize, I didn't like catch that. I was like, how did that give it away? Like, cause when she said it, he was just like, I was like, wait, what happened?
The shifter corrects Annie when she calls them a psychopath. The shifter is very clear that they are a sociopath.
What do you catch? What, yo, like, what are these, like, why do you even say stuff like that? Like, what does that even mean? What are you implying, bro? It's like any time I say anything, bro. Well, what do you catch, huh?
They're both very distinct antisocial personality disorders. Both exhibit a disregard for other people's rights. Still, while a psychopath can be cold and calculating, often feeling no remorse or empathy for the actions, a sociopath is capable of feeling the guilt and empathy of others. Sociopaths are also capable of feeling some emotions. However, these feelings may be shallow or fleeting. Maybe that's why the shifter loves proposing to people. Ultimately, a psychopath is generally more...
Everybody put question marks. You are uncultured. If you just put question marks, you're uncultured.
Or cold and
or you're not allowed to watch a movie because you're not over the age of 13 yet.
Calculating, which tends to lead them to a successful lives. A sociopath is more reckless and impulsive, so at least the shifter really knows what their problems. The shapeshifter tells Annie their first time shapeshifting, which they turn into their preschool teacher, Miss Jameson, and I assume the shapeshifter was also in preschool when she took on the form of her teacher, handling all her memories. Some soups and the boys get their powers around puberty, but some are known to develop signs at a very young age, like Stillwell's son. So this isn't new. The shapeshifter then goes on to summarize the entire theme of this season.
You all think
run some ads shitter.
Heroes of your own story.
The writers don't want you to see the boys as bad guys. Just remember they're not all super. They all have a bad past, and as regular civilians, we shouldn't make anyone be superheroes because
they're like some Suicide Squad.
They can't help everybody all the time. And also they have a lot of work on themselves to work out for their own selves. So maybe heroes don't really exist. They were trying to be deep forcing Annie to tell Annie about herself, like Homelander in the mirror or Firecracker.
The second you think someone's your hero, you find out they diddle kids, man.
Cracker in the mirror or the deep in the mirror. We're forcing Annie to look in the mirror. And everyone's got to face themselves, their past, and their own demons before they can get past their own shit. In Annie's case, she literally can't get her powers back until she deals with her.
Oh my god, imagine Superman just gets exposed. Imagine Superman is real, he gets exposed for being
as Batman will beat Homelander?
Do you think Tom Cruise's Batman would beat Homelander? Yes, because Tom Cruise would easily break into the secret vault house or whatever, get the serum, and really take him down, bro. Also, he already beat Superman. He also beat Superman, which is like stronger than Homelander. Have you guys seen the Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill? That's literally Superman. He already did it. Why are we talking past tense?
Herself and her baggage. The shifter reveals that Annie wasn't the first choice to kill President Singer, but the shifter couldn't resist. Again, their impulsive sociopathic nature shone through, probably ignoring Sage's orders, though Sage probably counted on that.
Reach, shall we watch the scene? Shall we watch the scene where Tom Cruise literally beat the fuck out of Superman? Tom Cruise, Henry. No. Oh, all right then.
This makes me wonder who they originally wanted to be the first choice to kill Singer. Gina mentions it could be one of the Gen V kids as they've been locked up. Since Singer has an anti-soup stance, it would make the most sense to have him killed by a soup. It also makes sense to frame someone that's already hated by the community, a mutually hated enemy. Maybe Vought PR overseen by Sage makes up a little lie that the kids got out and on their first plan out was to kill Singer. Butcher, as he lies dying, tells Huey a story about him and his brother Lenny dreaming about going to a topless steakhouse in Nevada. Now, there are a ton of places you can have a steak and see boobs in Nevada, and it's called a strip club. So I don't know which one he's specifically talking about. Regardless, later, Huey will try to use Lenny to connect with Butcher again, but by this point, Butcher is long gone and Kessler is in.
Bruh, he wasn't even looking at him, bro. That nigga was not paying no attention to this dude. That's how I knew like shit was serious.
Try to use Lenny to connect with Butcher.
And then shit got serious. Man. R.I.P. bro. God damn, bro.
Butcher again, but by this point, Butcher is long gone and Kessler is in control. Butcher says to Huey,
"Tell the boys I'm sorry, would you?"
But later when face to face with the boys again, all Butcher could say is,
"You're all f***ing welcome."
Firecracker sounds rough here, and it will later be confirmed that her lactation meds are affecting her health. Firecracker says, "Bless both your hearts for being here." And according to my Southern friends, or at least Gina's Southern friends, bless your heart sometimes is a passive-aggressive Southern way of saying f you. Check my glasses out. Look at these. I got these new frames from
Jessica, now is not the time. I'm not gonna say it again.
Can Tom Cruise as Batman beat Superman and Homelander in 1v2?
Yeah. Guys, you gotta understand, he's literally ran from the government, bro. He can do anything he wants.
Available for 24 hours. Just click the link in the Victoria description to get all the details. Then they go live. Homelander zones out and comes back when Victoria mentions allies, and he forces Victoria to show her true self. Homelander lasers Newman live on the truth bomb. Vought has got to stop going live on television shows. Do not let Homelander on your show if it's live. He will do something bad. And also, they could have just done this ages ago. Why did Homelander wait for now? And now this episode is honestly really running off, and I love it. Newman clouds her eyes for a second, maybe just a reflex, or maybe she tried to pop Homelander's head in that moment and found out that she actually couldn't do it. Firecracker says this: "Where we go one, we go Vought, y'all." This is a take on the QAnon rallying cry, "Where we go one, we go all," which is actually a line from the 1966.
This is my first stream. Can I get a shout out? No, get the fuck out of my stream now. I hate you. You first time messaging bitch. Get the fuck out my stream. Day ones only. You are not invited.
Movie White Squall that's misattributed to President Kennedy. So
I'm joking, bro. I appreciate you, man. What's up, bro?
Like Tech Knight's party, Homelander is in.
You think I waited too long? You think he like already left? You think he already left and now he's like in fucking Max's stream or something? Like, yo, guys, I had to leave ImDOntai's stream. He's an asshole.
Idiot. And Victoria Newman is smart, and he thinks this is so easy. He'll become president, and everyone knows.
Max, I'm new here, bro. Fuck ImDOntai.
She's a soup, which is even better. Homelander even calls her Vicky, which only her friends call her, and it's kind of hilarious that he does this. She's like shaking her head, "No, this will not work. You're a fucking dumbass." I kind of like their beef right now. You can see it in Newman's non-closed eyes here. Homelander is off the plan. Sage is gone. Her secret is out, and now Homelander is ready to rewrite the Constitution when Newman brings up Article 2, which grants powers to.
Kendrick did not drop. It's only one guy saying it. I will not get one guide. And your name is America, so I know you're racist.
Impeach the president, vice president, and all civil officers of the United States. She knows she's got to get out of here. So now everyone's panicking. We get an NNC news crawl that says Victoria Newman revealed as super abled on BNN Live. Speaker Calhoun closes election certification despite calls for recount. American public awaits statements from President Singer, and Congress rally in bipartisan support.
Did he actually drop or no?
For VP Newman's impeachment. Ooh, everyone hates her. The protest footage can be seen in Dallas, Los Angeles, New York City, and Detroit. The news anchor is Nika Elliott, who plays a reporter in loads of things. She's also been a broadcaster in Canada for
They lied.
TV, CP24 News, and the Weather Network. So we learned that
I'm gonna watch Deadpool tomorrow. Oh my god, sorry, I just thought about it, bro. Oh my gosh. Feeling this excitement for a movie brings me back to like the good old fucking Marvel days, bro. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Sorry.
Huey had all information on.
I'm gonna get a large popcorn. Extra butter.
Victoria, including her ties to Stan Edgar, that the freaking shapeshifter deleted in the last episode. So they have no virus, no evidence, no nothing. We're back with Kimiko, who's just standing here, so I guess.
The Wolverine bucket. Yo, if they have that, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm gonna take a picture.
Her leg has grown back fully by now. We get Singer now clowning like we didn't already know that he already knew that Victoria was a soup. Back with Butcher and Mallory, Ryan arrives, and their plan is to get Ryan to stay here and help, but voluntarily. Butcher doesn't want to force him to do this. Connect 4 is on the table.
How old is the actor? That actor? The little boy?
Next to Butcher, and Ryan offers to play, and we should remember that Ryan used to play Connect 4 in happier times. Ryan hesitates to.
Why do y'all always y'all just yo, stop just typing shit. Nigga said 260. Like, y'all just want to type just to type. Put your phone down and just watch the stream sometimes, man. All right? Now I don't know what the real one is. I'm seeing 16 a lot, so I'm gonna assume it's 16.
stay with Grace and Butcher, worried that Homelander would find them, but Grace seems to have a plan to keep him safe. Butcher stops Grace from telling Ryan that Homelander raped his mom, and Butcher doesn't want him to know that. The Deep secretly holds—
Y'all didn't bleep that out? That's crazy, Jessica. You ain't bleep that out? That's crazy, Jessica.
A copy of his poetry as he remembers the trauma of murdering his love, Ambrosius. This is a reminder that the Deep has severed his emotional attachments and is now truly unstable. Butcher reminds Ryan that his mom made him promise—
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for a truly unstable Deep, bro. Okay, the dude was already crazy, all right, but now this is about to be insane. This last season is about to be insane, bro.
To keep Ryan safe, but that memory also comes to Ryan remembering that his actions against Stormfront probably also contributed to his mom's death as well. Butcher quickly says that this wasn't his fault, but it's also a dangerous pattern with Ryan. Whether intentional or not, he has hurt people around him and will soon do the same to Grace Mallory. Homelander can guess by the taste of Firecracker's milk that she's been eating cilantro, and it's clearly a gross game that they've been playing. I hated this scene. The Deep says to Homelander, "Oh, Captain, my Captain," which is the same thing Tech Knight said to Homelander at the party in episode 6. Now, Deep wasn't invited to that party, so I don't know where he picked up this little line of poetry.
If he wasn't
maybe
invited,
he was doing poetic after reading his own material, or maybe he just happened to watch Dead Poet Society, or maybe he heard about Tech Knight saying it at the party and wanted—
Chat, I'm not gonna lie. I think I gotta block Ron, bro. I think I have to literally block him, like, just on everything. I just can't stop. I can't stop, bro.
It seemed cool. So Homelander says this:
"There will be rioting, bloodshed, etc., etc. Someone will have to swoop
if you
in
wasn't invited."
Order.
What's crazy about this is, like a dumb parrot, he's relaying what Sage said to him about Caesar way back at the beginning of the season. He's trying to sound smart, but just regurgitating her own words. He also does it in like a very lazy way in his own words and then sips breast milk. He knows he's not smart as her, but his ego will not allow her to be back on the set. Firecracker mentions calling on all Vought soups to surround—
Look at her eyes, bruh. Oh, damn, bruh.
Around the White House.
It's like, she's such a, like, the character is just a bad person, but it's just like you feel bad for her. You kind of feel bad for her, bro.
When you going to play Marvel Rivals?
Really? Marvel Like, I'm not against playing it, but I don't know when, bro.
Which is very on the nose with 2021's January 6th stuff that happened in real life. Also, I love that Homelander is immediately disgusted when Firecracker brings up the meds and the side effects. He loves that breast milk, but what he also loves is it comes from a mother. Also,
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the chat definitely does. Forget your worries and don't worry. Let's support each other in FNG. Love you all. This one's for y'all. Just give this 30 seconds.
True. Just support others, man. All right, there's too much tearing down, which I get, you know. I get why people enjoy doing that. It just makes them feel better about themselves. To tear, you know, somebody down that's already, you know, kind of weird and shit like that. But let's uplift people too, man.
STFU.
Is it bad to uplift people once in a while, bro? Just like, you know.
Not a single person.
Support my bills. I feel that. I feel that, bro. All that positivity ain't gonna positively pay my bills, bitch. Fuck you talking about? I feel that.
And in this room is weirded out about him drinking breast milk stored in little—
So you get a heartwarming dono, and then right after that, last dono, shut the fuck up. I didn't realize last dono had a link.
Hope y'all like it. So here we go, papas. This is all for y'all, man. I need y'all to relax, baby. Do not get stressed out because we need you in this world, man. You know what I'm saying? So just relax, papa. Relax. Here we go.
Relax.
Here we go.
Beautiful. There's a serial killer in Austin, Texas, and we need to find him. Okay? There's bodies in the lake. Have you guys heard the news? We need to find this guy. We need to find this guy, chat. No, chat. We gotta watch the video. We gotta watch the video. If you came here for DreamCon, please watch yourself. Where's it at? If you went to Austin for DreamCon, watch yourself, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I know you're like, what are you talking about? No, enjoy the vibes though.
The rainy street.
Dante is the killer. Oh my god. Let's lock back in. Sorry, YouTube.
Little baby bottles. Like, imagine the process. She lactates into these bottles like a regular lactating person, but then pours it like wine into a chilled glass, and Homelander drinks it like coffee in a Monday morning meeting. Like, no one cares anymore that he does this weird shit. So the meds are giving Firecracker heart palpitations and high fevers, literally just killing her. She's like Kristen Wiig in Bridesmaids after getting that food poisoning.
I feel fine.
I love that the Deep sheepishly pitches that they should kill Ashley first since she has the most dirt on them. He hopes it's a good idea and is glad that Homelander says it is. Her name is spelled Ashley with 2 E's instead of the proper way, the A-S-H-L-E-Y, because of course he does. He can't spell. He doesn't even know her last name. It's also apparent Homelander is a lunatic, but the fact he doesn't bat an eye at the pitch.
Doesn't even think about it. I thought at least there was gonna be like a moment where he's like, no, because like maybe he still needs her. Bro, oh my god, it was dismissed so fast. I was like, oh, what? I like Ashley, bro.
And just agrees to it is insane to me. Ashley has been afraid working close underneath him for so long, doing everything he asks, and a simple, yeah, sure, why not, when on the chopping block.
Ashley, please run.
So weird, but it's also,
get the hell out of there.
Crazy person. Ashley delivered
go with the boys.
Names of folks working for Vought that have.
I don't think you can go with the boys after what you did to Huey, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Dirt on the 7. More importantly, a Homelander. And the list goes as follows. We have Doug Friedman, Vought Legal. We saw this guy back in season 1 and 2. Evan Lambert, he's the writer who appeared a few times on The Boys, usually pitching alongside Seth Reed. The D will catch up with him later in this episode, and I guess Seth gets to live on. Good for Seth, not good for Evan. Then we see a bunch of Vought executive names. These characters all.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize, man. Come on.
Good for Seth, not good for Evan. Then we see a bunch of Vought executive names. These characters all appear once in season 2, episode 3. Veronica Barassi, Leanne Franklin, Daniel Prestia, Randall Skilton, and Bill Marsh, who we saw.
So many people are hating on Ashley for what she does in the past seasons, but she has no choice. It's either that or death.
Yeah, I mean, like, everybody has a choice. But when you're if Homelander, literally you work for Homelander, you know, like I said, you have a choice, but it will equal death. It will end in death. It really will.
3 episode 5 as well.
But even though you've worked for him and gave him your all, look where it got you. Either way, it's like nothing you can do.
Pat Willis is another board member from season 3, episode 5, along with Maureen. Rudy Village is also a board member. However, I can't find his credit in season 3, episode 5. And then the rest of the names don't seem to be people we already know. All these people will die.
Yeah, you guys gotta understand. It's not like she could just leave. She should have ran with A-Train. Didn't she suggest that? And he the one that told her to calm down?
By the hands of Black Noir in the Deep, which next season will be wild. They're successfully destroying Vought, though, from the inside out, which is good for the boys. Homelander hears Ashley shuffle in her heels to escape, and the amount of times I had to watch this actress do anything in her heels. Like, Colby is a real dedicated actress, and this season she has worked phenomenal numbers. Honestly, give her an Emmy. And I just love Ashley.
I love that. Say it again.
Seem to be people we already know. All these people will die by the hands of Black Noir in the Deep, which next season will be wild. They're successfully destroying Vought, though, from the inside out, which is good for the boys. Homelander hears Ashley shuffle in her heels to escape, and the amount of times I had to watch this actress do anything in her heels. Like, Colby is a real dedicated actress, and this season she has worked phenomenal numbers. Honestly, give her an Emmy. And I just love Ashley running for her life past the A-Train statue and passing the Black Addict poster with the one remaining black member of the 7. Realistically, not even the true Black black noir, so the 7 has gone back to their 0 black original members now. Ashley runs into Homelander's penthouse and she knows shit's about to hit the fan because his room is now destroyed. It might stay this way into the next season and honestly depicts how Vought's crumbling. Like Homelander said, they're no longer celebrities, they're wraths of God. Homelander thinks he and Tech Knight are so different when both of them keep their deepest secrets behind a fake bookshelf. Rich bitch activity can't hide your shame. Ashley takes the V and her head swells up, and it does work fast, but the same happened to Zoe Newman when Victoria injected her with Compound V as well. It's gross, but when you listen to her body alter, it sounds like her bones are expanding, and with her skull swelling, it's likely Ashley's powers altered her physically permanently. And I want to believe she'd be like Superbrain from Diabolical. When Ashley first arrives at Homelander's room, the TV is still working. The shattered screen just causes distortion. I want to note this because while Ashley's screaming, it's not just distorted from the crack, it's giving checkered glitches that peak with her screaming. So her powers probably coincide with electricity or like telekinesis. Also, this is a reminder that Ashley wears wigs because she's plucked out all of her hair due to the stress from working at Vought. It's the last time that we see Ashley in this episode, but can't wait to see where she is next season. Maybe she'll be the big brain villain like the leader, or maybe she'll grow super powered hair like the Inhuman Medusa to replace her hair that she pulled out.
Oh my, yes, let's do the hair, please. Let's not make her look fucking weird, bro. Let's just make her hair long, please, bro.
But can't wait to see
Ashley deserves better than a deformation, man.
Where she is next season. Maybe she'll be the big brain villain like the leader, or maybe she'll grow super powered hair like the Inhuman Medusa to replace her hair that she pulled out. I don't know, but I'm genuinely very excited to see her powers. And then she'll also be another member of the Boys. She'll probably work alongside Starlight, and boy, that reunion will be weird.
Yeah.
We're then taken to the New Jersey Department of Public Works, which manages city construction and operations, including buildings, roads, and other infrastructure. They appear to be hiding the president here 4 stories underground. Inside the bunker, it's pretty nice. It's well lit and there are flowers and hand sanitizer. There's also mini golf. I like that the
Firecracker can get it any day of the week. I will hit her from the back day of week.
Oh my god.
Balls have the president's seal on them. Then Singer delivers the line we'll hear later on in the news later in the episode.
If you'd killed Newman like I ordered, we wouldn't be stuck 4 stories underground playing pocket pool. Idiot.
Based on where the shifter Annie is standing just before the line is said, and the fact that they cut to her as Singer says the line, means she recorded it, likely leaked it out when she went to go get water moments later. Singer also says idiot. This was Jim Beaver's catchphrase as Bobby Singer on Supernatural. It's what he called Sam and Dean constantly, and the fans have been waiting for this one. And balls was his other catchphrase, and he delivers it here just like how he delivered it in Supernatural.
Balls.
Oh, I never watched
These
that
are
show.
both callbacks only for Supernatural fans, and I
was about to say, yeah, I
love that Kripke is paying fan service to the loyal fans who have watched both of the series.
That's
this
fire.
is all written by Gina, and she's great at catching these because she does love Supernatural. I love Supernatural too, but not as much as Gina. Huey hears the same phrase repeated.
It's like a furnace in here. It's like a furnace in there.
And then he puts 2 and 2 together as we get the Jaw-style dolly zoom. He has the worst poker face, and as a sociopathic shifter who is used to reading and replicating human emotions, the shifter has to take note of Huey's immediate change. And Mother Milk also has a terrible poker face. They're both just bad at it. Back with the real Annie, she's working—
Okay, come on. Blur it out, Shirley.
Out of her handcuffs. Annie gives herself degloving injury. Do not Google that. It's like the injury in Stephen King's book turned Netflix movie Gerald's Game when—
All right, come on.
The main character had to get herself out of handcuffs. Back with the bunker, Mother's Milk and Huey are trying to keep fake Starlight under control. She says peg the patriarchy, which is a very 2021 thing to say following Cara Delevingne's controversial outfit from the Met Gala. Though the phrase did originally come from a black queer sex educator, Luna Matatas, she ended up trademarking the slogan in Canada. It's also very ironic considering the fake Annie did some extended anal play with Huey that he was maybe a little uncomfortable with in the moment, but really feels a way about it now. We get camera work of Huey and Mother's Milk squeezing their fake water bottles, clearly uneasy and nervous, and fake Annie now knows that they know. Fake Annie starts mowing down the Secret Service people, nothing nice about it, all painful deaths that I'm sure I cannot show you.
Crazy.
Luckily, they escape into a tunnel which leads to another hidden bunker. And I can't show it on YouTube, but fake Annie bites the neck of one of the Secret Service men, and it's
spits it out,
disgustingly
bruh.
animalistic. Like Dog Knot, who has slight tendencies in dog behavior, I assume this shapeshifter is the equivalent of a chameleon spliced with like Doc Connor's lizard from Spider-Man. They have good fighting technique, which is pretty fluid and easy. It's choreographed more than it is unexpected. However, that neck bite and later the arm bite that she gives is filthy, so I think they're more spliced with animal than we are. Also, more Secret Service members are dying this episode, and this season they killed off so many Secret Service people. Honestly, we should do like a murder count. They're basically treated like the stormtroopers. They just don't care about.
Bro, that one that got thrown up against the hooks on the wall? Jesus.
Out them. Then Kimiko takes her on, and I don't want to be this person, but
okay. Someone said first time watching the stream in real time, and someone says welcome to hell. What the fuck does that mean?
Kimiko has died too many times this season for them not to give her an ounce of help. She's constantly getting wrecked and she's now become the new Huey. Then luckily the real Annie arrives and it looks like she must fight herself. The dance of Annie.
It's time.
She found them via Find Your Phone, the iPhone tracker, and I feel like this bunker isn't actually a really good bunker if it's that easy to track someone.
True.
Also, fake Annie was able to send out the footage of the President's Singer, so like this isn't a real good bunker at all. Annie has to tell Huey to escape, really conveying it with her eyes, something Huey will have to do with Annie at the end of the episode to make sure she isn't captured. The superhero music is peaking during this fight and it's excellent. It feels like Daredevil fights in the hallways, which are very, very cold. Once Annie starts winning, she goes from the cold lighting, pulling the shifter into the yellow light.
Thank you, dude.
Kimiko and her are perfectly under the fluorescent lights, illuminated like champions. Annie stares at her lifeless self on the ground.
Annie,
and
are
she
you
just killed
okay?
a person, but she's also killed Starlight. Now we finally have our Annie January. Back with Homelander at his penthouse, Newman discovers Singer is still alive after killing the shifter. She wants to pull out, but Homelander won't let her. He tells her that she'll have to go with every word he says, as if his hand was jammed up her butt and puppeting her, which has got to be a callback to all the puppets we saw last episode. Back with Frenchie and they have the real Annie again. Hooray! Frenchie has finally finished the virus, and I like all their tired faces compared to how we saw them earlier in the season where they were worried then. Now they're just like freaking tired, but Kimiko is excited. Mother's Milk bandages up Annie, and now Annie is in the Bronx t-shirt. Then Huey and Starlight have the talk, which Annie, like, come on, he didn't know at first.
Thank you,
But
exactly.
then again, I would also be mad because I was starved, pottying on myself, hoping Huey could know it was me and it wasn't. Also, Huey was assaulted at least twice this season. I mean, like, we gotta cut him a little bit of slack. But this moment is sweet, saying she did things too well while Annie messes up so often, and that's how he knew it wasn't her, but just had to be for certain. Vicky then calls Huey and tells him she wants out. In this immediate telephone fight, Vicky mentions Samir knowing he was kidnapped, and they cut his leg to create the virus. Where is he now? Maybe with Stan Edgar, but I think Stan Edgar went back to prison. We don't know where Samir is. And I'm sure Victoria sent him away and is trying to meet up with Zoe and him again soon someday, which will never happen now. She also reminds Huey of War Games from the first episode of the season, the 1983 film starring young Matthew Broderick that taught an entire generation about mutually assured destruction. She looks at a box of Zoe's artwork. These boxes are also Pack and Go, which we saw in the surveillance truck with Lamplighter on it in season 3. She then quotes the movie War Games.
The only way to win is not to play.
Victoria then breaks down saying she wanted this to make herself feel safe again, but now she doesn't feel safe anymore. So Huey and Victoria plan on taking Victoria and Zoe somewhere safe. Newman doesn't want Zoe to end up like her, but ironically, that's exactly where she ends up in the end at the Red River Institute. Then we're back at Vought Tower. The 7 are currently killing everyone inside. We get Firecracker chasing down Doug Friedman, who was at the tower.
Why is he running like Woody, bro?
7 are currently killing everyone inside. We get Firecracker chasing down Doug Friedman, who was at the top of the list after Ashley. We saw this scene in the trailer, and it's crazy to see her so sluggish and tired after running as a suit. She's getting weaker fast and will sooner or later be a useless member of the 7. Then the Deep runs into Evan Lambert, and the Deep is loving this weird, gross power. He loved putting fear in everyone's eyes to hear what he wants to hear, like Homelander, how he loves his power and attention. He then punches a hole through Evan's face. Then Black Noir kills also Ashley, and it's all a little bit between the two of them. Black Noir even gets a murder boner.
Bro. He gets a boner.
Told new Black Noir that old Black Noir used to get murder boners. So our new Black Noir has finally become the true Black Noir. So now Black Noir and the Deep will probably be murderous psychopaths next season.
Oh my
Back with the
gosh.
boys, Huey convinces the gang to protect Victoria and Zoe for now because they're tired of being monsters. This coincides with the theme of this season because everyone is basically trying to repent for their past sins, and now they're finally being the heroes they wanted to be and less damaging. Then Kimiko and Frenchie kiss and fall in love, and I guess after Colin he finally realized he did love Kimiko, and the episodes where she just mourned their love were just baloney. This came off weird to me.
Thank you, bro.
It was just me. It was personally just me.
No. It felt like they just did it just to do it, bro. Like, it felt like it was supposed to lead up to this, but then you threw a fucking wrench in the whole story, and then now they're like, you know what? Okay, now we're back to this.
It was sudden, and it felt like it was going backwards in the show. I
Thank
think we should have
you.
just moved on from them having a romantic relationship.
Me too.
But I guess we're with this now.
She deserves better, bruh.
Does say, to play devil's advocate, he thinks that the show is just trying to show that they always had feelings for each other, but each thought the other deserved someone better because both Frenchie and Kimiko saw themselves as monsters who had committed unforgivable actions. But again, it was kind of sloppy and rushed execution, and it felt a little odd. So
It didn't even hit, bro. It didn't even hit the way it was supposed to hit, which I kind of hate about it.
Finally got to catch a stream. Can you check this out?
You can be on both sides, clearly. I personally, that's just how I felt. Back with Butcher, Grace, and Ryan, Mallory deduces she needs to tell Ryan the harsh reality of the world and his dad, Homelander's horrible essence he left in this world. Even now, Butcher wants to spare Ryan from the reality, and it would be so easy to win Ryan over to their side if he knew what the actual monster Homelander was. But this is the only thing Grace has left to try to win him over, but Butcher still resists. Grace reveals the plan for the assassination of Singer, as well as some of the past transgressions, like the crash of Flight 37 with Maeve, but she also tells Ryan how Homelander assaulted his mother and he's the product of that. Now he's angry and this anger is all over the place. Grace tells Ryan he's gonna—
Wait, there's a new Alien trailer?
gonna have to stop Homelander or he's gonna have to be locked in this room. Mallory says this room is a CIA safe house designed to force people like Ryan to stay here. Who else is in these CIA safe houses? Then Mallory tries to level with Ryan about how important he was to her in her life, which we didn't really see, but Grace did watch over Ryan for some time. So all this anger at Butcher letting Homelander take Ryan isn't completely because he's building a mini version of himself, the mini Homelander. It's because Ryan was a good boy and she really, really loved him. And Ryan kills Grace Mallory. Damn. Then finally, Butcher lets Kessler take the wheel because enough is truly enough. But does that mean the real Butcher is now dead? Back at the Vought warehouse, Newman arrives with the Secret Service and Zoe, and I love this way that Zoe and Kimiko look at each other because in the first episode, she ripped off Kimiko's arm. Then Butcher arrives looking great. He looks fresh. It's clearly not him right now. His eyes look kind of black. He pushes Huey out of the way and out comes the tentacles. Just like we saw with the rabbit, his tentacles resemble the old twisted tree limbs. They look like they have piercing thorns or blades on them. He's basically like Venom. He even channels a different character when he's using his Venom powers, sort of like Venom and Eddie did at the beginning. He then rips Newman completely in half.
This shit, chat, I was like, yo. Because they had the whole scene where it's like, yo, we don't need to kill people, bro. And usually I hate stuff like that, but I was like, there's so much gore in this show. I was like, you know what? Maybe you don't, bro. Maybe we don't need to do this. I like that. And then this shit happens, bro. And then this shit happens. I'm like, yo.
Half covering her eyes so her powers won't.
I thought we were gonna go in a new direction. That's why I like the show, man. They doubled down on this shit, man. No more killing. Killing's bad, guys. And then they just end up in blood still.
Crazy everyone wanted Victoria dead since the start of this season, but then seeing her die is kinda sad.
That's called good character writing, bro.
Work. Luckily, the Kessler Butcher knows only to hurt Newman as the original plan was, so the next step is to take out Homelander. It looks like Butcher has the same tentacle-like power as the woman.
Shout out to writers, by the way. Tremendous.
Diabolical. Kripke did mention in an interview with EW that V-juiced cancer, however, was much more aggressive than Butcher's. So we haven't really—
Especially writers that have to write smart people. Like, you know how hard it was to probably write that girl, what's her name? The smartest human in the world. Like, you know how hard you have to be as smart as the character you're writing. You literally have to be as smart as the character you're writing and already know the entire story and how everything's gonna fall in line. Yeah, Sage. You would literally have to know all of that in order to make her this smart-ass character.
Really seeing the worst of it yet. So is Victoria Newman dead? I assume so, as her eyes are now sort of lifeless and powerless. Kimiko has the ability to regenerate, and so does Victoria Newman, as we saw in Gen V after she split her hand open. However, we don't know to what degree. So she could randomly appear in a healing tank next season, but I think it's best to keep her dead. She might have been a little too frigid in my opinion, with her and Grace Mallory being murdered, but I think a little bit more for Grace.
I feel like they might stand on business, but then again, Soulja Boy, they got Soulja Boy, they sold Soulja Boy at the end. That's usually what they do, though. If a character's like really, really, really liked, they'll figure out a way to bring him back.
For Victoria Newman. Victoria Newman has been around for the entire season. She was meant to die. Back at Homelander's, he's holding Ryan's backpack, saddened that he's gone. The news covers Victoria Newman's passing, and I'm sure the Secret Service told everyone after escaping. Sage is back with her Detroit shirt, the outfit she was wearing when she first arrived, so it turns out that this was all Sage's plan. Every little thing. The only thing that irritates me now about the fact is that any mistake can be saved by Sage saying, "It was my plan. I accounted for y'all messing up." Like, it's not fair to us as the audience, I feel like. If Ryan dies, she could just swoop in and be like, "Yep, that was exactly how it was supposed to go." Like, no, it wasn't. He wasn't supposed to die, but you know, you can do whatever you want. Regardless,
you're not lying. True.
the news is now covering the assassination of Newman that was given by Singer to the boys, including Starlight. So now the public believes Starlight assassinated Newman, and behind her and backing her team was the Democratic almost president Singer, now drawing a huge divide in the country, the civilians and the soups. So now Singer is taken into custody, and so will the rest of the boys. Going back to the first episode,
it's like you might as well just made her be able to see into the future at this point.
titled Department of Dirty Tricks, I mentioned it could be a nod to Richard Nixon in the book covering his '68 presidential election titled Dirty Tricks, which covers how news outlets and key figures in the Republican Party secured him a seat in the White House.
Solid Boy is for sure gonna team with Homelander. He got betrayed by Butcher because Butcher didn't keep the same energy.
That would be crazy.
They did that. They literally did that here. They controlled the narrative, they controlled the politicians, and now the Supes have America. And Sage did all of this to see if she could just do it, which she said in her apartment in the first episode. So maybe we were overthinking maybe her strategy, but she did just say she wanted to see if she could do it, and she did. I'm also pissed that we didn't even get to look inside of her journal. If I don't get to see inside that little rainbow journal, I'm gonna be pissed. Then they play Nirvana's Heart-Shaped Box. This is a great song, and Kurt Cobain mentioned he wrote the chorus during a sad time where he felt the media perceived him in a wrong way. Right now, the media is recognizing the boys as villains when they've been trying to help and save everyone this entire time. The new President Calhoun declares martial law and deputizes Vought Supes to lead the charge. Now Homelander is pushing the narrative that the deep state Starlighters murdered Newman. The gang all hug goodbye, exchanging passports that I'm sure are fake, and everyone goes their separate ways. Homelander now decrees we're in a new age of superheroes, and they're hunting down the Starlighters.
I got chills, chat. When I got chills, I was like, oh shit.
That's when we get cameos from a lot of old Supes. Not only Kate and Sam stopping Kimiko and Frenchie. Frenchie looks at a ship that says this, which is where Huey spent most of his life in the comics in Scotland. Mother's Milk gets a rude awakening from Love Sausage, which I'm sure I cannot show you. His
disgusting
best old friend. We love Love Sausage. Then Starlight and Huey are stopped by Cindy, who I mentioned last episode. We have not seen Cindy since season 2 at Sage Grove. She's the telekinetic Supe who made people explode. She's basically Magneto. Also, they kept her in the same clothes.
Forgot about her.
A piece of me believes they forced her into this because Love Sausage isn't a good Supe either. In the comics, Love Sausage was actually working with the boys, so we'll see if this guy eventually teams up with them or they just change his character completely. This is all narrated over by Firecracker on the Truth Bomb podcast. As she mentions children sleeping peacefully knowing Starlight is gone, we watch Newman's child Zoe unfortunately wind up at the Red River Institute just like she did. And where the hell is Samir when you need him? So with Homelander's guidance, every team of cops or authorities will be accompanied by Supes. This is such a bad idea, and an even crazier reveal, Kimiko finally speaks, screaming no at Frenchie being separated and taken away from her. In the comics, she spoke one line, which was, I hate mean people. She was actually selectively mute in the comics instead of the show where it's psychological. All the boys were shocked when she spoke that one line in the comics though. Starlight shoots up into the sky flying away. Her powers are back with a vengeance, almost like they've upgraded. So now Starlight and Butcher are the only free ones, and Butcher is on his way to murder some Supes. We close with Butcher driving into the darkness of winter. This is also very supernaturally. A ton of these episodes ended with Sam and Dean, the character played by Jensen Ackles, aka Soldier Boy, and sometimes John, the character played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, driving away into the night while music plays. Birds flee behind him. You can see them at the bottom left of the screen. When I was a child, my mom would always say, if you see a bunch of birds fly away from one area, you probably shouldn't go there, and I'm assuming that in that area, the goons sent to capture Butcher failed and were murdered, and he's back on his way to kill Homelander. And then when you think the episode is over, Calhoun reveals to Homelander that Soldier Boy is still alive, and Calhoun just found out about it, and this was just a kept secret underneath Homelander's nose. Homelander walked into this room looking pretty smug, but as soon as he sees Soldier Boy, his own face reflected in the glass, we see doubt and anxiety creep across Homelander's face again before we cut to black. Even though his plan worked, he's still a mess. Now, is Soldier Boy the one that can stop Homelander? The one that Sage was referring to? I don't think so, because Homelander didn't even know Soldier Boy was still alive, and Sage implied Homelander knew who that one person was. Could it be Butcher, Ryan, Barbara, who left alive in the Red Room? I guess we'll have to wait and see. And that's it for the finale, for the ending of The Boys season 4. This season was such a roller coaster. It was just outrageous, as every season was. It was what I was expecting. I did really love it. The finale kind of rubbed me a little weirdly, but I know a lot of people still really liked it. I also love the other episodes. I love Tech Knight's episode, even though he's a monster of a person. There's so much to explore in season 2 of Gen V. So much is set up, and I wonder if they're going to be in the same prison as the Gen V kids. I can't wait.
Everyone will win against this.
I cannot wait either, bro. It's gonna be good, bro. It's gonna be good, brev. Details on the final season of The Boys currently being written. Will be 8 episodes long. Kick around some ideas for some A-list guest stars. Oh my god, there's gonna be some new Vought movies. Filming starts around November. Will likely release in 2026. 2026. What? Tom Cruise shows up. Oh my god, they're gonna have an action movie and Tom Cruise. Yo, oh my gosh, if they have Tom Cruise, it'll be literally the greatest show ever made in history, bro. Gen V next year. Oh, wait, so when is Gen V gonna take place? I wonder how. I guess that works then. I guess that makes sense.
I don't know if chat told you already, but there's multiple endings to Black Ops 2. I'm so excited.
I didn't know that.